Hi, and welcome to another edition of CSU Matters. We're filming this via Zoom because I'm down in Florida this week meeting with alums of Cleveland State University. And it's been so much fun to talk with people this week about how deeply they care about the institution, even if they haven't been affiliated with CSU for decades. The well-being of our current students is a high priority for most of the people I've met down here, and that's a real inspiration to me. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to record a CSU Matters, particularly right now as we are in the middle of Black History Month. But let's go back to the beginning of the semester 5 weeks ago, just the day before the semester started. We commemorated Martin Luther King Day, and some of you know we always do this in partnership with Tri-C, and this time we hosted it on our campus at the Wolstein Center, and it was so much fun. So now we're in February, Black History Month, and we kicked off this month with a commemoration also of our 60th year as a university. In 1964, both CSU and also the United States Civil Rights Act were born. So to commemorate Black History Month, we launched an exhibit called From Protest to Progress that really tracks the history of Black America in Cleveland and African American activities on campus from 1964 to now. It's a wonderful commemoration and story of who we are, who the city of Cleveland is, and how it is that we have navigated the last 60 years in our country as it relates to race relations. And this academic year, we also launched something we're calling the President's Equity Roundtable, which is a group of faculty, students, and staff who come from across campus and bring all of their ideological diversity, their gender, race, and age diversity to a conversation that really helps us to grow as an institution. We talk about how we ensure equity on campus, how we protect speech on campus, how we think about justice and inclusion in our classrooms, our labs, our social settings, and among our students who live on campus. It's a fundamentally important roundtable, and I'm inspired and challenged by the conversations that we've been having. Today on CSU Matters, we'll be talking to two members of the Equity Roundtable. I'm here with a member of our President's Equity Roundtable, Dr. Angel Reyes Rodriguez, who is the director of our McNair Scholars Program. Thanks for joining us today, Angel.
Hi there.
So let me start with just a general question. Will you talk generally about what you do at CSU?
I work with the McNair Scholars Program. I direct the program, and my role is to make sure that the students don't encounter barriers as they progress in their journey towards graduate education. So I connect them with research opportunities, with mentorship, and with career development opportunities that would allow them to be excellent candidates when they apply for grad school. So I ensure that as they do all of those things, they encounter as little friction as possible. I know it's not always possible, but I want them to be prepared for every opportunity and every challenge that comes their way.
What are some of the things that you'd really like to see this group push for or work together to achieve on campus in the next couple of years?
Ideally, I would prefer students never to encounter a barrier as opposed to having to address it. So I would like us to work on different projects that allow students to just focus on being students as opposed to focus with addressing particular issues and having to overcome them. I just always want to picture a world where everyone can live to their maximum potential, and that can only be reached if people can invest all of their energy into what they're doing instead of fixing problems that we are creating for them. So if we were able to remove all of these barriers, these students would have so much more room to excel at what they're doing and create the solutions to the problems that we have in the world, the medicines that need to be developed, the products that are going to make our lives much more better, right? So as long as they have those barriers, they cannot reach that potential. So I think it's so great that we are moving forward with a vision where those barriers can be removed so they can thrive.
That's beautiful. I'm so glad you're the person leading this work on campus, and I'm really glad you're a part of the Equity Roundtable. Thanks so much, Angel. So I was pretty delighted that you agreed to join the President's Equity Roundtable, particularly because I know how busy you are as a full-time law student. Thank you for joining the Equity Roundtable. Tell me why you decided to dedicate your time to that.
It was almost as if when Dean Fisher asked me if I would like to submit my name, it felt as though it was an opportunity to serve. Although my schedule was very busy in my last semester, I decided it was perfect fit to sit on the table alongside some of the members of the system that exists and help and provide my insight as a law student here.
And now as we turn our focus to how it is that we do eliminate some of those barriers on campus so that students can thrive, I wonder if there's any in particular, and as you think about your own experience at the law school, some barriers or some inhibitors of equity that you think in particular we need to be focusing on in the next couple of years.
I think the most important, and top of the list, honestly, and I would even call it the easiest barriers to focus on are some of the survival barriers. I know some of our conversations regarding at the roundtable, just regarding basic survival items such as housing, food, money for books, things for that nature. We have a wealth of resources as a state institution. We have excellent and well-acclaimed professors here with a wealth of knowledge that they bring. And I think some of the basic barriers that we can work to break down can be broken down simply by holding these conversations, getting involved, ensuring that these well-acclaimed professors are meeting with these students, are involved in their lifestyles, are able to understand each other. When you accept diverse students, you don't just accept the diverse student, you accept a diverse experience. And so when you get that student, you have to ensure that you have the necessary resources to sustain their experience here.
I love that. That's leveling the playing field, right? That's creating equity and allowing you to thrive academically. Thanks so much for making the time today, Cheryl, and you're the best.